We ask the group to come to order. This is the monthly meeting of this Health and Safety Committee for October 20th, 2025. At this time, we ask everyone to please take a moment of reflection and silent meditation at this time, please. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Assembled here this evening, we have our Township Manager, Pat Sassio. We have our Solicitor, Sean Kilkenny. And my committee members are Kit McFedrick and Jared Jacob. New guys,
Two
okay?
first names, it's okay.
No, man, new guy, you know. And Pat, we have some special guests. Would you please?
Yes, Commissioner, thank you very much. I'm pleased to announce that joining us tonight is Girl Scout Troop 7084. They're here tonight and they're earning their Inside Government badge. They had about a 30 to 40 minute talk with me, and then they were shown around the police station or police activities by Sergeant Godora, and now they're joining us here in the meeting. So we welcome them and we're thankful for their attendance.
We welcome you. We welcome you. We did. Let's get started business. We have any guests here for non-agenda items? Non-agenda items?
Yes.
If so, please come to the podium.
Thank you. I don't think right now, but thank you. You know what you could do if you wouldn't mind? I brought more show and tell. Greetings, everyone. Let's see, I'll start on page 1.
Okay, before you begin, would you please give us your name and where
Yes,
you live
sir.
and so forth? Thank you.
I'd be pleased to. My name is Cindy Rosenberg. I'm a homeowner for the last 17 years. I exaggerated last week and 2 weeks ago and said it was 20 years. I did the math and it's actually almost 18 years. So I don't want to start off telling a falsehood. My name is Cindy Rosenberg. For those who didn't meet me last time, I am the co-chair and founder of a local chapter of the organization called Indivisible, as in one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have about 1,800 members, 67 of whom are live in Upper Moreland, and some are with us here tonight. I know that handing out, did you give any to the commissioners?
No, we didn't go there.
Yeah, I think we need to hand it out to the commissioners. So I'm going to give you a copy of what I'm here to talk about tonight. And I trust that you will still have the information that I passed out last time. So we are here. Thank you. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight and for requesting, and to our commissioners for requesting that this committee consider the benefits of adopting a comprehensive public welcoming policy for Upper Moreland Township. Girls, you are going to get a real civics lesson today. You came on the right night. We appreciate those of you who have publicly and privately expressed support for adoption of the model welcoming policy that is attached to my handout tonight. This policy is in alignment with all applicable federal, state, and local laws and regulations. The question before us tonight does not seem to be whether such a public policy has merit, but rather whether our township commissioners will show the needed courage to enact one. This quote from Martin Luther King, I'm going to hold it up because this has been on my wall for 58 years, since Dr. King was assassinated. I was 11 years old in 1968, and I'm going to read to you from it. The ultimate measure of a man, and I'm sure today Dr. King would say a man or a woman, is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at a time of challenge and controversy. This is not a moment of comfort and convenience in the checkered history of our great experiment in American democracy. It is a moment where we are being actively encouraged at the highest levels of our government to disregard our shared humanity and foundational American values. There are many reasons not to publish a clear public policy. I understand them. To be blunt, none of those reasons are honorable. All of them are cowardly and help push our community and our country in a direction history will not treat kindly. There are several strong values-based and practical reasons this committee should consider recommending to our commissioners that they show the same courage as many of our neighboring townships have shown in signing a comprehensive public welcoming policy. A welcoming policy accomplishes the following goals. One, it strengthens community unity. A public welcoming policy reassures all residents, especially immigrants and newcomers, that they belong. It helps ease fear and suspicion, particularly among marginalized groups, by affirming their place in our shared community. When leaders lead with courage, residents often rally around shared values like respect, fairness, and mutual support. Number two, a welcoming policy builds trust in government and in the police. When elected officials and law enforcement take a clear stand to protect our immigrant friends and neighbors, we show that the township serves everyone, not just a vocal few. In polarized times, moral clarity and transparency help rebuild public trust and restore faith in our institutions. It also encourages members of our immigrant community to collaborate with local law enforcement. Three, a welcoming policy delivers economic and social benefits. Welcoming communities attract new families, entrepreneurs, and skilled workers, all of whom drive growth. Businesses are more likely to invest where the safety of our residents are actively supported. When newcomers succeed, our whole community thrives. Four, a welcoming policy upholds American and civic values. Being welcoming isn't new. It is deeply American. It reflects core national ideals, liberty, equality, opportunity, and the pursuit of a better life. Many neighboring municipalities have already adopted similar policies. I provided copies of all of them 2 weeks ago. Joining them will signal shared progress and not isolation. Number 5, I'm almost done. A welcoming policy sets a tone of moral and ethical leadership. Courage in leadership sets the tone for the entire community. By speaking out publicly, our commissioners can show that we stand for kindness, fairness, and dignity. In a time of division, silence can be mistaken for indifference. Taking a stand prevents fear or hate from filling the void. 6, courage is contagious. Leadership rooted in compassion empowers others. A welcoming policy can inspire a broader culture of respect, empathy, and care. When one community leads with heart, others often follow. And I understand that Wednesday night, Cheltenham will be adding themselves to the list of most of our neighboring communities in enacting this. Today, let's make a promise to our immigrant community that in Upper Moreland Township, you are welcome, you are valued, your civil rights are protected, and you belong. In every generation, there are moments that test our courage and our moral clarity. This is one of those moments. Years from now, history will not remember the debates or the doubts. It will remember whether we had the courage to do what we knew was right. It is my firm belief that everyone in this room knows what is right and just, even if there are those who may have come to oppose helping our friends and neighbors feel safe and welcome. Let future generations say that here, at this time, in our township, we chose inclusion over indifference, courage over fear, and silence. Let them say we lived up to the best of who we are, not just when it was comfortable and convenient, but when our values as a community and as a nation are being tested. Will we rise to this moment? I hope so. I believe in all of you, and I have faith we will. Thank you. And I would also like your indulgence for time. I don't think anybody else is going to speak long, but I would like the people who took the time to come here tonight to be allowed to say a few words if they're motivated to.
Certainly.
I don't know if anybody does.
Certainly. Anyone else in your group wants to speak?
Hi, I'm Donna Woywood. I'm a lifelong resident of Upper Moreland in Ward 2. So, good evening. I want to thank you for considering our request for a welcoming policy here in Upper Moreland. I too am a member of Indivisible. I wholeheartedly support the sentiments that Cindy just expressed so eloquently. As a lifelong resident and as the primary school nurse up until the last year, I've had the privilege of watching our community grow more culturally diverse over the years. This evolution has deepened my appreciation for the richness that the different ethnic groups bring to our town and the unique challenges that they face. In our schools, our staff work tirelessly to ensure that every child feels safe, seen, and valued. That sense of belonging should be extended beyond the classroom and into the broader community. A welcoming policy is not just symbolic. It's a commitment to fostering safety, dignity, and unity for all our residents. And it strengthens the bonds that make Upper Moreland a truly great place to reside. Unfortunately, recent actions by the Federal Immigration Enforcement have undermined those values. When agents enter communities with overwhelming force, without oversight or accountability, all citizens are at risk. The removal of regulatory bodies and the imposition of aggressive quotas have created conditions that are ripe for civil rights violations. Nicole Foy of ProPublica has reported on October 16th that 170 U.S. citizens have been detained by ICE agents. Her investigation reveals disturbing accounts that Americans have been dragged, tackled, beaten, tased, and shot by these agents. They've had their necks kneeled on, they've been held outside in the rain while in their underwear. Nearly 20 children were among those detained, including 2 with cancer. These are not isolated incidents. They reflect a systemic failure that demands a local response. By adopting a welcoming policy, Upper Moreland can stand in solidarity with neighboring communities and affirm our commitment to civil rights. It sends a clear message to our residents, our police, and our elected officials. Our local officers are here to protect and serve, not be conscripted into federal actions that violate human rights. So let us lead with compassion, courage, and clarity. Let us ensure that every resident, regardless of their background, feels safe, respected, and truly at home in Upper Moreland. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
My name is Jeremy Rosenberg, same amount of time in Upper Moreland as Cindy Rosenberg. Thanks very much. I'm going to make this simple. We all took a Pledge of Allegiance. Let's make that heartfelt, understand what it means, do our civic duty, show these fine young women a civics lesson. Let's adopt the policy. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Hello again, thank you. My name is Caitlin Santos. I'm here in Upper Moreland as well. And this is difficult for me to stand up to do again. You know, it's a challenge. I'm a mom of a kid who's at our primary school, probably with some of these Girl Scouts. And, you know, I don't want to put my son in a place where his mom is a target of political violence isn't the right word, right? But this isn't what I want to do with my Monday night. This is a very difficult thing for any of us to have to stand up and do and change our routines. and change our entire schedules for months at a time because we believe in standing up and doing something about what is happening. And so, yes, we stood here last time. You agreed that this was the right thing to do. And so we're asking to make that public and for your commitment to continue and to do that for all of the reasons that we've discussed today. When the dust settles in 10, 20 years, this is going to be another history lesson for another group of kids sitting here. And we have to ask ourselves, did we do the right thing? Did we make it explicit and clear that what is happening in Upper Moreland is the right thing to do? Are we protecting our officers by making sure that they are not complicit in the very egregious civil rights violations that we are seeing rampantly across social media? We're safe right now. I can walk out of my house, I can walk down the street, I can go to the store. I'm safe, my child is safe, and I have faith that that will remain the case. And so because of that, this should be a very easy decision. I hope that it's an easy decision for us to make, to adopt this policy and stand up and have that courage with us. This is a very difficult time. We are all having to make very difficult decisions. And I want to stress to you all, to everybody in this room, that we have each other's back and we have to have unity amongst each other. We have your back as elected officials, as officers, if you have ours. And that is what we're committed to today. So thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Claire Kaplan. I'm an Upper Moreland resident and a teacher. I work with the Korean community. And although I like to think of myself as articulate, I couldn't really explain what the issue was, so I'm going to leave it to Emma Lazarus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gauge shall stand a mighty woman, with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me, you're tired, you're poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. One more?
I'd just like to ask everyone who came here. Sure. I'd just like to have a show of hands of everybody who came here today to support this. Thank you. And if you didn't come here to support this, do you support it now? Okay, there we have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. At this time, our chief of police will give his report, followed by comments. Thank you.
Very good, sir. The report for the month of September, there were 2,029 calls for service.
Scott,
Yes, sir.
Scott, wait.
website, should we talk about this first?
Sure, sir. It's not a problem. I thought we wanted to do the report. So, yes, sir. I guess the best thing would probably be to recap, just to summarize what exactly your police department is doing in regards to these ICE-related incidents. Obviously, our department is committed to treating all members of our community with fairness, respect, and dignity. Everyone in our community. We value the trust that we've built with our residents. It's essential for us in the crimes to make sure people report crimes, they seek our help, and engage in law enforcement without fear of reprisal. It is our priority to uphold the laws of the state and our local ordinances. Immigration, once again, immigration enforcement is not part of our responsibilities. We do not enforce administrative warrants related to immigration status. Our officers do not stop or question or detain individuals based on their immigration status. We act only when there is a clear violation of a law or criminal activity. It is not the department's place to be participating in ICE's 287G program. We will not be doing that. Again, our focus remains on the lawful, common sense policing that protects all members of our community and reinforces the values of transparency, safety, and mutual respect. That's a basic summary of how we are approaching these issues. I think that addresses a lot of the concerns that I've seen, many of the provisions that have been addressed in the welcoming policies from some of the other communities that surround us. So that is how we are handling these related incidents when they do occur. If that gives the commissioners any insight on a decision that they would like to make regarding this welcoming policy.
Thank you. At this time, our president, Kip, please.
I've been a resident 67 years here. Been on one of these boards for over 30 years in the township, and even more than that if I go to Parks and Rec. I feel comfortable with this township. I feel very comfortable with our police department and our employees. I think when we hired Chief Bendig, we hit a home run here, and I have all the faith in him and his directives. The reason this board, as far as I know, and talking to people, and after talking to Scott and our manager, we are not in position to actually put it in writing. I'll give you one scenario. Chief Bendig's directives to them, we don't know them all. That would be, he's leaking little things that's happening in your little world, in your ward. I've come out and they've had investigators parked out front. We didn't know about it. I'm a commissioner. You'd think I would know about it. That's what they do. They keep us safe. They take an oath. Every officer here, and I have faith in every officer we have. I think we have a tremendous department right now. And just little things that could possibly get one of them in trouble because of a word in here. If something happens, goes awry or whatever, somebody could use a word in here against one of our officers in court. And I don't want to do that because, again, they have their job. They took their oath. They're going to defend every resident in here. What the feds do, we don't have control of it. Now, believe me, I agree with everything everybody here is saying. But that is the reason this board is not willing to do that. Also, I'll just make a statement. The county is not doing it. There's our chief. He's the chief of our sheriff department. They don't have one.
Actually, the Montgomery County.
The county has a statement. The chief of police, the chief of the county, the sheriff. They don't have, he has directives, you know, that he tells and stuff.
Montgomery County has issued a law.
They have one.
Yes, they have.
And just so everybody knows, if they're here, ICE, what I like is, I want our police there close by. We have a lot of cameras. We have cameras all over the township, police cars, on jackets, on everybody. We can go back after if something happens. If they weren't there, we're not doing our duty either. But they're not helping, they're not handcuffing, they're not going after these guys. That is strictly federal.
What is the harm in?
Because I just said, there could be a word, there could be a wording in here that one of our officers, an instant, something could happen, and then all of a sudden they're getting pulled in. It has happened before. We have been in court with our police officers and stuff over a wording. So we are going to stick to what our oath is that every officer takes, and the chief, what he has done, and he gives the directives. He just told you what his directives were and stuff. That is the reason why, because we have spent a lot of money in court over a few words. And that's why right now we're not ready to do this. Somebody said, somebody said, hopefully 10 years. I'm hoping in 3 years, this is going to be a completely different issue and it'll be gone.
can't do that without standing up.
Hmm?
You can't have it over with if we're not standing up.
I'm sorry, if anyone
We're
wishes,
standing up.
if anyone
We're showing
wishes to
up
speak,
with this.
please come to the microphone.
This is not a discussion on tonight for this. So I'll let you ask the question, and then we're done with this, unless any other commissioner wants to.
My statement was just that we can't be positive that this is not going to be the case in 10 years if we continue to not stand up and make explicit and make public the plans that we
This piece
have.
of paper makes it any different than the oath that they stand up and take?
And just one,
That,
just one other thing is that, you know, we've come to make the point that other townships locally have also made public and have agreed to this. And so, you know, as we part here, you know, we're wondering, why are we any different than Abington, Cheltenham, Norristown? And if we're together doing this as a county, we're protecting each other, and that's simply what this is all about.
and I feel we are protected. One more person? Yes.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm hoarse. I'm Toby Shupak from Ward 1. The question I have is, how are you telling the community or reassuring the community of your position without a statement? How are you publicizing that? Because you don't have to have brown skin, you don't have to be from another country or an immigrant to be uncomfortable about what could happen. I don't want to see my friends hurt. If I was in a position where I was there, I would want to be speaking up. How do I know I'm not going to end up in jail just because we've all seen people who speak out in support end up in jail? And the other issue I have is I'm a minority. I'm a different minority, but I'm a minority. So I just like to know, how does the community, and I'm not questioning the oath, the policy, any of that. It's just from a public relations or a community reassurance standpoint. I'm just interested in how you are communicating that to the people who are the taxpayers and residents in Upper Moreland. So thank you.
Luckily, there's a woman in the back of the room, Officer Kadura. She does an awful lot. She's at all the events, preaching this stuff and how safe we are, what we're doing for you and that. She is our most active person in the township. If you haven't seen her, you haven't shown up at any of our events, because they are at all of the events and speaking with them, and she's the one that makes us feel comfortable by talking about it. The rest of the department, they make me feel comfortable because I know how well they are, what they do. Commissioner.
Thank you. So first of all, I just want to say I was very pleased and proud that Chief Scott Bendeck already had a statement in place before you guys even came in. But to the point of making it known, I would like to further discuss making the statement public.
Okay, thank you very much. We have some business. We also have approved the reading of approve of our minutes from September the 22nd. How do you feel, Jacob? Jared? The approval of the minutes?
Yay.
Yay, okay.
No questions.
No questions? Okay, minutes are approved. Okay. Right. Police chief, please continue.
Very good, sir. I'm sorry. For September of 2025, there were 2,029 calls for service for the police department. 85 total crimes are reported, 27 Part 1 crimes, 58 Part 2 crimes, resulting in 56 criminal arrests. 100 vehicle crashes were investigated within the township. There were 707 traffic stops conducted by officers last month. The full report is contained in your packet. I will add one important item. We do have a very large upcoming event this Saturday at the Giant. We're doing our National Drug Take Back there. We're also, with the great help of Sergeant Couture, we are actually having a Pack the Police Car food drive to benefit Willow Grove Baptist Food Pantry, and that will be from 10 to 2. So if anyone has the ability to come out and donate some food that we can get to those of our community that are in need, that would be greatly appreciated. So That is all I have, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Chief, can you say that one more time? What are the times on Saturday?
Sure, sir. It's on Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Giant, and there'll be, the drug take back will be occurring there, as well as also a pack the police car for only canned goods and non-perishables, and that will be all donated to the Willow Grove Baptist Food Pantry.
Okay, and for our newer participants, what is a drug take-back?
So a drug take back is, unfortunately, some of that medication cannot be disposed of in a normal manner. We do have a drug box that you can actually come into our facility and put the drugs in a green box in the lobby, and it will be disposed of in a proper manner. But realizing that that may not always be the case, the most beneficial way for these medications to be disposed, we actually do a take back where people will have the opportunity, if they're out and about, they can stop by and just drop it off to the officers as they're outside. And that ensures that it's disposed of in a proper manner and environmentally safe.
Thank you very much. So that's this Saturday, from what time again?
10 a.m. to 2 p.m., sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, our fire chief, please.
Thank you, Commissioners. My pleasure to report the September 2025 Fire Department report. There were a total of 59 fire calls, 21 EMS, total of 80 for the month. For the year, 863 total calls so far. We completed 43 fire inspections. That was 258 for the year. Total amount in fees the fire department has collected this year with PA recovery, fire inspection, turnpike is $92,127. There were 10 fire marshal investigations during the month. Our average response time is 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Also, very soon, the end of the month, November 1st, our 4 firefighter volunteers that completed Fire 1 in May will complete their Fire 2 training, so I'm very excited about that. Also, on the events, there were 5 events for 150 people participated. On the emergency management side of the house, all the township managers completed a tabletop exercise and exercised our emergency management plans with our county partners. It was very productive, and we updated and adjusted some of our plans to meet our needs. And regarding events with Chief Bendig, the fire department will be at Giant. We will also be at the YMCA this Saturday from 12 to 2. If you have any little kids that need some trick or treats, they have a trunk or treat in the parking lot of the YMCA, 12 to 2. And we'll be at Farmstead in the early evening for a haunted Farmstead. That's 3:30 to 7:30, I believe, right in that neighborhood. And that completes my report for the month. Pending any questions.
Chief Glassman, what do you recommend regarding trick-or-treating for our youngsters?
I would say keep a parent with the children, and please, please, please do not let them run in any streets because it will be dark early. We don't want to get run over, and always, always, always inspect anything that anyone gives them. And I would encourage you to attend events like Trunk or Treat at the YMCA where you know it's a safe event.
Thank you, Chief. Okay, our EMT, Chief Ken Davidson, please.
Thank you, Commissioner. In the month of September, there were 268 calls for service for EMS in the township, resulting in 180 transports. The division of those outcomes is pretty much standard with previous months that we've had. Our detail listing for September is in there, a lot of different events as the summer came to a close and we went into the fall season. Our naloxone administration report, I give my monthly disclaimer that this is times that EMS gave it, not necessarily other first responders. There was a little bit of an uptick during the month of September. We had 3 interventions in Upper Moreland Township, and I'll tell you that we actually had a couple of upticks in other municipalities as well. So hopefully that will not continue moving forward, but we did see 3 different cases where we gave naloxone to patients in the month of September. Staffing continues to probably be our biggest challenge. Again, an area-wide staffing crisis. I've been tracking for you for the past couple of years, staffing hours, and if you compare September 2025 to September 2024, unfortunately, again, there was a much greater number of times that we had a downgrade to no status. So full staffing would be 3,240 hours of staffing across the department. Our ALS actual staffing in 2025 was 2,840. We had a downgrade to BLS 235 hours, and we had 165 hours where we had a downgrade to no status. Again, in comparison to 2024, we were doing a little better where our downgrade to no status time was 63 hours. So this remains one of the biggest challenges we're working on and trying to secure more providers so we can put crews out on the street. We announced last month we had plans to take delivery of our next ambulance sometime in late October. I'm pleased to report it was delivered to the vendor we're purchasing it from. It'll be there for another couple of weeks, getting outfitted and the stretcher and equipment added to it. And if we don't have it in our possession by late October, it'll be very early November. Our most recent EMT students have graduated. They graduated last week. All the students that were in the class in the past couple months passed. They now take their national registry exam and hopefully will be successful with that as well. And our next class starts January 27th, 2026. Information will be coming out on our website and social media in the next week or two for registration for that class. Again, we're asking everybody to please speak to your local representatives, state representatives about House Bill 1152. It's continuing to kind of sit in committee. That would provide for patient protection, direct payment to EMS, and a state regulated fee schedule. And again, I've included our current pay scale there so that you can see for comparison. That's my report. I'm happy to take any questions if anybody has them.
Any questions? Any public questions? Commissioner comments? Ken, if we have an envelope that we haven't sent in, what are we supposed to do?
Post Office Box 90, Commissioner, in Willow Grove, or our website, or you can call our office and hit extension 3, and we would be happy to help you out with it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have no old business, but we have some new business we would like to discuss at this time, and that's the request from the county for a bike lane. Pat, would you tell us something more about that, please?
I will. Thank you, Commissioner. I appreciate it. PennDOT will be repaving Sherwood Road, I believe, from Route 63 out past Huntington Road, sometime in 2026, so we have not been officially notified as to when that would happen. As part of that project, PennDOT is asking the county and the township if we would be interested in having bicycle lanes on Sherwood Road between York Road and Davisville Road. They're asking for if we would like PennDOT to install at their cost 5-foot wide bicycle lanes on either side of the road. That would leave a 10-foot driving area on both sides of the road and a 10-foot center turn lane. PennDOT would be responsible for the installation of the bike lanes, all the stenciling and all the signage, the initial setup of all of that, after which point the township would be responsible for the maintenance, which would include any damaged signs or any stenciling that needed to be repainted. That cost is minimal per year. We think the most it would be $250 a year if they need to be repaired in that particular year, and PennDOT would provide us with the stenciling. It's a no cost to us. I see two concerns for the board to consider if this wishes to move forward. One is accessing that section at York Road or at Davisville Road. This would be a stretch with a bike lane, but there's no real access to it from either end. We have talked to the county about the possibility of crossing Davisville Road and then crossing Sherwood Road to get to Pennypack Circle, or Pennypack Road, which will take you to the cross-county trail. So there could be a cross-county trail section there, and folks can get on that and perhaps drive to the high school or the vocational school or other areas. So there is a benefit, but in the short term, there's no access to it other than that. Second point I want to make, and I just received this information from our insurance carrier, is that while they support bike paths and there would be no insurance issue for us, the issue would happen if there was a claim that someone gets hit by cycling on there and there's a serious injury. That would certainly affect our insurance rates. So those are things to consider if the board wishes to, or the committee wishes to move this to a full board commission. It is listed in the Marco 2040 plan and the Upper Moreland Comprehensive Plan. Montgomery County does support this bike path on the road of Sherwood. We happy to answer any questions.
Any commissioner comments?
The only question I have, what are they going to do when they get, if you're going west, coming from Sherwood to York Road, there's not enough room, you're congested now with the right-hand turn lane. You have right-hand turn lane, left-hand turn lane. Will they just end it right before that or not? Do we have any idea for that last 300 feet?
They haven't shared the layout and the plan with us yet. They wanted to see if we were interested before they went to the expense of laying it out. I can't answer that question for you, Commissioner. All I was told there was enough room from York Road to Davisville Road on Sherwood Road lot of roads, to add a 5-foot bike lane on both sides.
I wouldn't see any problem with the rest of it. It's just that intersection where they discontinue it, I guess, for safety. Okay. Other than that, I'm okay with it.
I'd like to add specifically on that road, a reduction of road speeds when discussing this too, because it is the only stretch of road that is 40 miles per hour, and we have all of the schools there, and I think it would be.
That is that's a state road, and they dictate the speed limit on the state road. I'm speaking from past experience. They've done their calculations, what's acceptable and permissible, and that's the speed limit that they have recommended be on that road. But your point is well taken.
Thank you.
The chief could correct me. It's actually a traffic calming, because you're narrowing the lane, the fog lanes, everything's narrowed down, making them stay in their lane instead of having a 15-foot wide lane.
Yeah, I mean, there's more for the operator to be mindful of and aware of, so the narrowing of the lanes will cause them, hopefully, to be more attentive. But yes, correct.
And the PennDOT has not expressed if it will be striping only, or as you may have seen in other bike paths along roads, they put a little raised area to delineate the road and the bike path as a separation. So if you veer off, you'll hit a raised area, which will move you back. That has not been proposed, but.
Up to Upper Moreland, Abington coming across till they hit Upper Moreland and Moreland Road, it is all just striped,
Yes, it is.
which I would expect them to continue.
Okay, so gentlemen, do we pass this on to the full board?
I would.
You do?
Let everybody decide. Yeah.
Okay. Do you? Yes, I agree. Okay, we'll pass it on to the board then. Thank you very much. We want to say once again, thank you to the Girl Scout troop attending. Our meeting is adjourned here. Thank you.